How Bashim Yashah Bashim Rakakadash. Uh, just seen this little video. It's from this movie. I forget the name of it, but play this clip and I'm gonna show you the spirituality of it all.
You're from another planet, aren't you?
Nah, man, I'm from Miami.
You didn't come in on like a meteor or...
Nope, woke up in a hospital, first thing I remember.
Hancock. That's what it was, Hancock.
Government hospital. Yes? Experimenting on you and...
No, regular old Miami emergency room.
Come on.
Yeah, my skull was fractured. They told me I tried to stop a mugging.
Somebody knocked you out.
I guess I was a regular guy before, and when I woke up, I was changed. In the hospital, nurse tried to put a needle in my arm, and it just broke against my skin. And then my skull healed in like an hour. Doctors were astounded. And, they wanted to know my story, just like you, but I couldn't tell them. I don't know who I am.
Amnesia. You know, the blow to the head.
Yeah, well, that's what they figured.
You don't remember anything?
Only thing I had in my pocket was bubble gum, 2 movie tickets. Boris Karloff, Frankenstein. But no ID, nothing. I went to sign out. The nurse asked me for my John Hancock. So I actually thought that's who I was.
How come I didn't hear any of this? I didn't read about it in any newspapers?
It was probably in the papers 80 years ago.
80 years ago?
Oh, I don't age. This is it.
That's nice.
Gotta wonder, though. What kind of bastard must I have been? And nobody was there to claim me. I mean, I'm not the most charming guy in the world, so I've been told, but nobody? Whoever it was, they'd be dead by now anyway.
Hey. Hey, Mary. You all right, baby?
Yeah. Too much wine. I am a lightweight. I'm sorry.
Alright, now I'm gonna take it back a little, but before I get into the scripture, it was emotional when he said what type of bastard had I had to been. You know, a bastard is a child without a father, a person without a father. You know what I mean? And you know, it's a lie. You know, Israel is no bastard. Yahweh's the father. You know. I'm gonna take it back, and then I'm gonna throw some scriptures out.
I'm from Miami.
You didn't come in on... What about you, buddy? You're from another planet, aren't you?
Nah, man, I'm from Miami.
You didn't come in on like a meteor or...
Nope, woke up in a hospital, first thing I
Woke up in a hospital. I believe that's it. Wherefore he saith, Awake thou that sleepeth, and arise from the dead, and Christ shall give thee light. You know, before we came into this truth, we were asleep. But now we're awake. And now the goal is to stay awake. You know, stay on the watch. And you know, when you go to sleep and you wake up and you could sleep for hours, but really it feels like a second. You know, you ever went to sleep and woke up and been like, man, it felt like I just closed my eyes. That's why I brought this in. First Corinthians 15 and 52. In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, for the trump shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. And then no, there's more to it. Let me get that. Let me get the whole thing. All right. Here's 1 Corinthians chapter 15, 53 to 55. And I'm going to show you something. For this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality. So when this corruptible shall have put on incorruption, and this mortal shall have put on immortality, then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory. O death, where is thy sting? O grave, where is thy victory? Now you have to understand one thing about the Israelites. The only thing that can destroy us is sin. Sin is our kryptonite. And you have to understand, in Hancock, it was kind of spiritual, because you have to understand, the white woman at the table, she also has, powers like Hancock. Now, let's just use her as the, how can I say it? For the lack of better words, let's just use her as a label of sin, that she is sin. Well, the closer we are to sin, the closer we are, to be vulnerable. I do want to
Government hospital.
one more time. Hold on.
Yes? Experimenting on you and...
No, regular old Miami emergency room.
Come on.
Yeah, my skull was fractured. They told me I tried to stop a mugging.
Somebody knocked you out.
I guess I was a regular guy before, and when I woke up, I was changed. In the hospital, nurse tried to put a needle in my arm, and it just broke against my skin. And then my skull healed in like an hour.
And remember, he says he doesn't remember anything. That's Israel now. Well, it was Israel. We didn't remember anything. We didn't remember where we came from, who we are. Coming up in this world, we just thought we was African Americans, Negroes. Nothing, pretty much. The bottom of the barrel. That's what we were told. Well, we were told our history starts in the 1600s.
Doctors were astounded. They wanted to know my story, just like you, but I couldn't tell them. I don't know who I am.
Amnesia.
I don't know who I am. Man, that's spiritual. I don't mean to get emotional or anything, but that's shit that really touched your heart. Because that was us.
The blow to the head.
Yeah, well, that's what they figured.
You don't remember anything.
Only thing I had in my pocket was bubble gum, 2 movie tickets. Boris Karloff, Frankenstein. But no ID, nothing. I went to sign out. The nurse asked me for my John Hancock. So I actually thought that's who I was.
I actually thought that's who I was. You hear me? We used to think we were nothing but niggas. I actually thought that's who I was. Come to find out, we're the children of the living power.
How come I didn't hear any of this? I didn't read about it in any newspapers?
It was
Because that's hidden knowledge. Before, slavery, the whole world knew who we were.
probably in the papers 80 years ago.
80 years ago?
Oh, I don't age. This is it.
That's nice.
Gotta wonder though.
That's that incorruptible.
What kind of bastard must I have been? And nobody was there to claim me.
Makes me think of another scripture. My Father, chastise. Hebrews chapter 12, verse 6 and 7. For whom the Most High Yahweh loveth, he chastiseth, and scorneth every son who he receiveth. If you endure chastising, God deal with you as with sons. For what son is whom the Father chastises not? Because, you know, if he doesn't chastise you, then you're a bastard. You have no father. That's spiritual. But you know what? Baruch chapter 2, verse 30. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivity they shall remember themselves. Come on, man. Come on. We're coming back. It's a spiritual power to be able to remember who you are. Well, concerning Israel, more than men, way more than men. Now I got to bring up that scripture. I have said, ye are gods, and all you are children of the Most High. I have said, ye are gods, and all you are children of the Most High, but ye shall die like men and fall like one of the princes. And that's for now. But like I read in that other scripture, I think it was in Corinthians. Brothers, we ain't gonna have to feel the sting of death. Man, I ain't gonna take too much of y'all time, but I just wanted to, you know, I was just scrolling on TikTok. You know, sometimes we always try to look for that profound video, not knowing that there's simple videos that come with a profound message if you have an eye to see, eyes to see. So with that, I want to say, Call Allah, Yahweh Bashem Yahshua Bashem Rakakadash. Shalom.